Alright, so here today we got some fun things to jump into and talk about. This is a very highly requested video from a lot of you saying, hey, I know that the global schedule has been accelerated. When are we expecting that upcoming scenario? How does that work? What does it look like? Today we're just touching the surface, brushing up on what it looks like, how it operates, an initial talk about. Not an in-depth guide, nothing like that, because you got plenty of time before that comes out. But to answer the question of when, potentially, it comes out, how it functions, and what it looks like, that's the point of today's video. And a special gift has been announced over here via the Twitter account that I thought I'd show that to you as well, and announce a new giveaway. We'll be doing a new giveaway for carrots here in celebration of just existing, I guess, and we recently cracked 6.4k subs. So all you gotta do to enter in is comment down below, Ogre cap. Depending on that, you just need the word Ogre in there. So say Ogre cap or just say Ogre, whatever it is, you just got to comment that down below. You're good to go. Keyword Ogre. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Thank you for the support. We're almost there to 6.5k subscribers. Subscribe up. It helps out a ton. Thank you all. So first things first, here's your gift. Yes, we got 3 different sets of gifts over here. Remember, keep in mind, I know that I told you there is a 3k carrot gift there. I don't know what they're doing. We've been going like a pattern of getting the download gifts. All of a sudden, it's like they've dried us out. They just stopped giving the download gifts. Again, theoretically, if they're going off of JP, your next gift is 3k carrots. We're still waiting on that. I have no idea when that's popping up. But again, it has to pop up in the next few days. They've cracked so many milestones. They've recently got ranking again, top 10, which is insanity because the banner is starting to go away. A lot of players are now trying to put funds in to pull. They've reached many milestones. I wonder when we're going to get that, but maybe today at reset, you might have the 3,000 carrots or whatever they give us, but it's been getting dry without these gifts, man. It's been getting real dry. For now, 150,000 followers achieved on X. Our official X account has surpassed 150,000 followers. To celebrate, we've given everyone a gift. Over here, you're picking up 50,000 monies. We're picking up 50,000 support points and 10 alarm clocks. I know that a lot of you are in desperate need, dire need of more monies, and yes, you're getting more over here. Be aware you're going to get more monies again in like a day or two as of the next one. Somebody commented the dates down below. I forgot when it's coming out, but in the next few days, you're picking up another 50k monies and more from the part 2 of the current event that we're having, which is another race event. So prepare for that. Get ready. Get excited. For now, though, 3 different gifts distributed. Go to your mail right now and claim them. We love to see it, and the comments agree. You meant to say 50k carrots. So hoping we get that big gift soon. Next up, the scenario. So for what JP basically calls this one, Haru High scenario is coming soon. That's literally, everyone just calls it the Haru scenario. That's pretty much what it's called. With this scenario over here, this is the one that JP got as their second permanent scenario. How it works is most of the time when the second scenario shows up or a new scenario shows up, it doesn't really like fully delete the last scenario. You can still play it, but the likelihood of you playing that is a little bit lesser per se, because the new scenario obviously procs new stats and more bonuses and such, and has different mechanics that sort of make it feel a bit different, but also make it that, hey, I'm gaining some sort of increase. It's like basically power creep in a way. In a way, don't get mad at me saying it like that. It's like, in a way, it's power creep. But pretty much, this is the second scenario. When is Global expecting it? Why I want to make this video is also to tell you like not to panic. It's not coming out like that soon. Yes, like people who are content creators or people on Reddit and others have been saying like it is soon. Theoretically, it's not that soon, right? Pretty much where the game launched was 626. That's when you had your first scenario. Your second scenario is speculated to release around 1026. That's as of now where it is. That's a speculated date. It could be a little bit sooner, it could be a little bit after, but that's around the speculated date, about 4 months from the official launch. I'm going to say it now, 4 months from now, or 3 months from now as of this moment, because exactly it's 3 months. That's why I saved the video for this day. It's up to you to be like, dude, I can't wait. I wanted to hear about it early. A lot of players are saying like, hey, can you at least talk about it? That's why I'm here to do that. But I wouldn't say like put this in your memory just yet. I'd wait until like at least another 2 months from now and then start thinking about it. As yeah, the scenario is there. There's not much like planning you can really do other than prepping your support cards associated for that event. But right now you want to make sure you're taking care of legend content, the tournament content also coming soon, and other things like that. There's a lot of different events that are going to kick up over these 3 months now that are going to be there to tide you over until that drop of basically the brand new scenario. You have plenty of time, so please be aware of that. But it is 4 months out. As of now, it is 3 months out. Again, 4 months from launch, 3 months from now. So they're going to probably start announcing it, and they'll probably announce it in the roadmap for sort of, I think, October, right? In September, they'll publish the roadmap, and that's what they'll announce. But Haru High is the scenario over here pretty much it's a team-based competition. It's a traditional team competition, pretty much, at least until now, at the request of the students. It is being revived as it wasn't there in a long time. Umamusumes, who again were rivals, will now join hands in this exciting competition. At the time, the chairman has been called away on a long-term business trip overseas. The strict-looking Yura executive Riko is now appointed as the acting chairman. Dark clouds begin to gather over the Tracing Academy. Over here, they have the full article. Just so you know, it's going to be a long read, so I'm going to like break down different aspects of it and try not to spend way too much time on this because there's a lot of info here. And in the future, it does get updated. I'm pretty sure the previous one also gets updated. I think every single one receives an update at some point, a while after, but at some point they do receive an update. Pretty much, though, the update was published. So this was published, the second scenario was published into the game August 30th, 2021, which I think matches up with what JP had at the release as. Over here, they had it in Japan server release date 2/24. Yeah, basically the same thing, right? No, wait, 8:30. I'm high. I'm like, what am I looking at? 2:20. I'm looking at this number. Speaking of this number now, 8:30. Yeah, that's the same date. Same date. Oh my god, I'm tripping. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. It was later updated January 20th, 2023. As of now, I'm not even going to talk about the expansion. You don't care for that, so no, we're not doing that. Unlike the Euro Finals, where you only focus on training one character, Haru High focuses heavily on team tournaments instead, so your main character will not be the only one you'll be cheering on during the races. It can be selected during the trading menu, and you can also pick between Haru High and Euro Finals. It is not restricted where you can only play one and it destroys the other. Both are available. New story characters are coming out, both being over here. So first you're going to be going against the rival team first. That's literally it. By the acting chairman of Romy Park over here. Her team will consist of Uma original characters, and two of those have already been revealed over here, being this one over here, Saho, and this one over here being Bitter. Both of them displayed in this image. That's what it's going to look like. Differences between the two scenarios. For the most part, you can think of the two scenarios, or this scenario being the original scenario with an extra sprinkle on top. The schedule is mostly the same. The objectives and optional races are too, and you will even run the final 3 races at the end of the run. There are new mechanics added to this mode, and basically all of them revolve around team racing. More specifically to this one over here. What is it? Haru High is the team competition that will happen once every 6 months of a training run. It's similar to the Steam Stadium, and you will be doing 5 races in each of the tournaments. Thus, it'll be important to pay attention not only to your main character, but to the entire team. And this is what it looks like over here. Another important difference is that your training facility level does not increase by simply using it as before, but it's now tied to your overall team rank. Do note, however, that again it takes slightly longer on average, which is likely to make the other scenario a better choice for inheritance or fan farming scenario race factor. As you probably know, the scenario has its very own and very strong race factor that can be randomly obtained after winning the finals, giving speed and stamina on successful inheritance. Over here, the new scenario also has its own factor, that being that over there, which grants extra power and wisdom. The stat caps are increased, okay? So again, they have the following base stat caps over here, 1300 across the board, up until wisdom at 1800. The base training values, these are the base training values for the new scenario. What that means is that training at this specified facility without any support cards present and without accounting for character growth rate bonuses will yield the following stats at, again, facility level 1. That being 8 speed, 8 power, 4 SP, 8 stamina, 6 guts, 4 SP, 4 stamina, 9 power, 3, 3, 6, 2, 6, 5. Again, 4 over here, I forgot to mention. Experienced players will recall that it was also the prior update in January 2023 before these values received an overall increase. So there is that. Yeah. Over here, unique skill level ups. This is another thing over here. The mechanic for leveling up unique skills over there is equal to that of the, previous scenario. That means 60,000 fans by Valentine's Day, 70,000 fans by early April, 120,000 fans by Christmas over there. These values, 40, 60, 80 respectively for characters with high dirt aptitude, but low turf aptitude, such as, again, these two over there. The April level up also requires a green bond gauge, 3 bars with chairman, the new one, basically, right? Over here we have other mechanics. This section will describe the new mechanics that are pretty much brought to you. There is also an in-game event with Tazuna as a tutorial, a few turns into the run, but it won't be covered at length here. Just know the first choice you will allow you to ask Tazuna more questions about, again, this is the new scenario, and the second will let you move on to the run. Over here, gathering team members. Of course, what a team competition needs most is team members. Thankfully, those are not hard to come by during the race. In addition to the characters, you off your chosen support cards, excluding friend supports, you will be joined by story characters. Pretty much these ones over here: Rice Shower, I'm not going to try to pronounce that one, Taki Shuttle, and again, as well as several other random characters throughout your journey. So these are the ones that can like show up, which is kind of cool. So apparently one of them is a cheat code. I think it's Haru who is the cheat code. Don't quote me on that. Pretty much while the story characters will join your team relatively close to the start of the run, a few random characters will join a team after each half-yearly race. It is important to note, however, that the only team members to possess a bond gauge will be your chosen support cards. The other team members do not have these gauges and such cannot be used in friendship training, also known as rainbows. They can participate in, again, special training and spirit explosion, also explained below. Team races, as mentioned before, every 6 months of your journey through the, again, race, you will face a set of races, not unlike those from, again, Team Stadium, the default PvP mode. You can see how many more turns are left until the next set below by the standard objective timer. For these races, however, you won't be facing teams of other players, but you can choose from one of 3 NPC teams, with the topmost being the strongest and the lowest being the weakest. Depending on which you choose from, again, your team's league can be raced further. When the time has come for, again, your first team to race, you will be met with a dialogue telling you that your team has been automatically formed from your team members and will also be updated automatically for each of the race, again, you encounter. If you want to disable this, saved for the current run only, there is a button on it in the bottom right, left pretty much for, again, which will change things for you in the menu for each of the aptitudes. The difference is that you can set characters represented by support cards or story random team members as part of the race group instead of only trainable characters. The aptitudes of these playable members aren't always indicative of the actual trainable characters' aptitudes. Be aware that if you're trying to plan for unreleased characters using this information, be aware of that if you are trying to, basically, correct? That's what it looks like over here as well. Similar to the character you are training, the other characters will possess their own values and standard statuses: speed, stamina, power, guts, and wisdom, but will, in addition to that, also be given a rank based on their average of statuses. These statuses, as well as their rank, can be raised by performing the special training with them. The initial values, as well as their maximums, are not dependent on the level or limit break of the support card. That's how it works over here. So for the race itself, you can select one of the 3 NPC teams. On the bottom right is the league that will, again, rise if you can beat them, which means winning at least 3 of the 5 races if you lose, which means basically doing that. If you lose, you'll be given the option to consume an alarm clock for an attempt to retry. The number of alarm clocks you can use here is shared with the character objectives. Over here, so there's a lot to read through, so we're almost done. Don't worry, this is already a 10-minute video. I'm gonna rush this, don't worry. If you're on the 4th race, you have managed to reach a league of 10 or higher, as well as a team rank of A or higher that has triggered at least 1 Zenith Spirit Explosion. You'll be given the option to race against Powerhouse Team here. These will be highlighted in a pink background and are a name of Greek gods and goddesses, so they are easy to spot. Winning against the Powerhouse Team will award you with stat bonuses that allow you to face a strength at first, the team basically that was there earlier I talked about, in the finals. After confirming, you will enter the race menu and begin the race. The pink button on the left allows you to view the main race and the race with the character in the training in full, whereas the right button allows you to see the results of all 5 races. You cannot view the non-main races. Each Haru High team race ends with a summary of your results and a few new random characters joining your team that can be used at the following status trainings and other team races. The summary screen is where you use alarm clocks via the bottom left if you lose. Now, special training. In your scenario, the only characters that can appear in there are your support cards and the story characters, but in this one, all your team members can show up. Sometimes your team members, including your support cards, will have white flame icons in the top right corner, which means that they're available for special training. If you do the training with them while you have the icon, the team member's spirit gauge will increase and they will gain some stats. The stat increase will happen in all categories, but for an extra bonus will be given for specialization of the facility you did the training in. For example, doing some speed will yield extra speed and power. Stats are crucial for improving the personal abilities for the league races and raising your overall team level, and the spirit gauge is used to trigger the spirit explosion. Spirit explosion: when a team member's spirit gauge is full, the spirit special training will or with them, will basically unleash a Spirit Explosion. Spirit Explosions do 3 things: give a big boost of stats to the team member and a moderate stat boost to your trained character, and also provide you a random skill hint. If the team member is a support card, the skill will randomly be selected from the support card's hint pool. If it's an NPC, that character's R card hint pool will be used. If a card has no hints, a random one will be awarded based on your character's A aptitudes. The stat bonus will depend on the Spirit Explosion or where it was triggered. You don't have to trigger it at first, and you can save the explosion for when the team member is in a more desirable training facility. The stat bonus for your trained characters has a cap of 50. If it's separate, it is separate from the other stat gains, meaning you can get over 100 stats in one training. All the explosions are additive with each other, meaning you don't get any extra bonuses for doing 2 or more simultaneously. After triggering a Spirit Explosion, an additional Spirit Explosion, the so-called Zenith Spirit Explosion, will become available for that team member. These will do all the things the normal one does, but also reduce the training failure to 0, raise the member's stat caps, and provide you with a hint, again, of the ignition skill corresponding to the training facility it was triggered on. The hint is by default at level 1 and will increase based on the support card's hint level bonus effect. So yes, entirely new mechanic, obviously speaking for the entire fact that yes, you're going to have team members, so there's going to be ways to increase them, and that's going to be the way to do so. For the most part, it's like PTSD for me. It might just be me. Let me know if you agree, but like, bro, I am hyped, but I'm also scared, dude. I can already see how this is going to go down for me. Training 1 Uma was hard enough, but now you got to train more. That's going to be like the funnest thing to do at one time. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm not supposed to be getting hyped during this video, but dude, this is 3 months out. You got 3 months to wait for this, but still, if you want to hear about it, I'm telling you now. Haru High Finals. After 4 Haru team races, you will challenge the basic first team, right? Again, team first in the finals. You've beaten the powerhouse team in the previous team race. First will be further strengthened, and its visuals will be changed from red to blue flames. Look at that. That's gonna be something. Beating team first will make Little and Bitter appear as opponents on the Euro final screens. Winning against the strengthened team will also raise your chances of receiving the scenario factor at the end training run and allow you to get new plus versions of, again, the scenario skill factors. Training levels. Unlike the previous scenarios, the levels of the training facilities are not tied to how many times you train in them, but instead depending on the team stat for the particular type of training. That means the strengthening of your team will directly affect the amount of stats you get from training. This is how the training facility level is determined. Over here, F, G, B, E, D, B, C. Over here, A and S. That will increase associated the training level. For example, if your team is A, your speed training facilities at level 4. So remember, getting your team rank up is the beneficial thing because that's tied to your stat gain, basically, in your training level. Skills. During the, again, new scenario training run, you will be able to get multiple opportunities to obtain scenario-related skills. These are all the special skills. I'm not going to go too in-depth into these ones, but you're more than welcome to read through this. There's a lot of stuff over here, so keep it in mind. Again, a lot of them are obviously team-based. So that's there. You will also have team names, which will be there. It will look like this over here for team names, just so you know. S and S plus team rank. If you manage to get an S rank overall, you will automatically get an event that awards you the hint over there. The hint is a normal level 1, but will be level 3 if you are training one of the scenario story characters, which is Haru. Reaching S plus rank will allow you to get another hint for the skill. This means that you can max out the hint by reaching S plus with one of the scenario link characters. And this is, again, the scenario update that further happens later, but we won't tack on to this one because it's a lot of stuff here. So where it currently stands, this is what your new one looks like. It's a team-based one. There is a lot of information and guides that will be coming out, obviously speaking, for this, and I'll have that in the future. But right now, you have 3 months away. So if you're curious on what it looks like, that's what it looks like. If you're curious about when it's coming, that's when it's coming. If you want to know what the gifts for this video, that's the gifts for the video. So let me know what you think, bud. You got time. Don't be panicking. Don't listen to people like, hey, you got to start preparing. No, not yet, okay? Right now, focus on Legend Races, the tournament soon, and other story content, and finishing up your current story content, and also your PTSD of Kitasan Black. Make sure that's finished up, get what you need there, and wrap up. But where I stand here is saying bye. Take care, have fun. That's been it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is what the new scenario looks like, and that one is relatively soon, 3 months from now. It's time. You can wait. Be patient, be peaceful, and don't be rushing towards that. Have fun with the game. Catch you tomorrow.